disturbing videos and theories that'll keep you up all night. Man, roll the intro. You better lock in and buckle up, bucko! Cause you're in for another creepy and scary TikTok reaction video. If you haven't already, please slap that like button. And remember, keep your head on a straight swivel on these creepy, disturbing, shocking, weird, bizarre videos that might keep you up all night.
My son's being afraid.
Hyper mode, activate!
Jetskichuck, pull back now.
Going into the outer lands. We have to figure this out.
You must stop Jetskichuck.
No, there's no turning back. We have to do this. North Pole dimensions are open.
10,
Etheric boosters are set to maximum
8,
capacity.
7,
Activate quantum mode.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Are you
1.
Welcome to Dark Waters 9.
I think I lost him.
Jet, are you there? Dark Waters 9 has reached critical levels.
Jetskichuck, warning. Multiple high-level demons coming your way.
Oh no! Is it done?
Witness me! Perfect. Mission complete. Send the ship.
Copy that. Space wing on the way. Estimated arrival time 5 seconds. Activating transmission ether beam.
Welcome back to another creepy and shocking reaction video. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Today on these disturbing... What was that?
Warning. Jet, we have to go quantum, or we will be sucked in by the black hole. Warning.
Activate evasive maneuvers and go quantum as soon as possible.
Hyper mode, go!
I can't hold it! It's too much! It's too much! I can't hold it!
Warning, Jet, we are to darken these waters. Turn back.
Jet, this is the best information we've got in weeks. The Leviathan fragments seem to be responding to this particular area. Command, this is Ace Leader Jet. Do you read? Over. Command, this is Ace Leader Jet. I am experiencing several different anomalies on my sector. Do you read?
Copy, Jet. High-level demon straight ahead.
Convert all power to main engine.
Activate evasive maneuvers.
Target lock.
Fox 1, fire! Command, find me the nearest warp gate. We are not prepared for this fight.
Warp gate coordinates sent to your GPS hyperdrive is rendering.
check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Your boy's feeling a little bit better. We was under the weather for a while. That damn fog. Coming back from the fog, out of the ashes like a phoenix, your boy Jetskichuck is making a slow recovery. Trickle on in, hit that like and subscribe button. Membership is now available. Level up your life vest. Who we got in chat? Ryan Douglas in the building. Monique Hopkins, Martin, Two Guns Up Production, Erica with your green vest, Jeff with your red vest. I see you. AJ in the building, Flawless, Simon, Riders, Whitney. How's everybody doing today? How are you guys feeling? Quick reminder, we post every single day over on Dark Waters 9, all one word. Check us out over there. We're trying to get things rolling. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. Talk to me. How are you guys feeling? Aloha from the Big Island. Germany's got the fog? What? Man, y'all better be safe out there in Germany. More people from Germany. Oh, we're international. I keep forgetting it's international. Much love to everyone overseas watching. We are international. Shout out to everyone across the world. We got a good one today. As promised, we're diving into the Tartarian fireplaces. What is up with those things? All different type of disturbing theories coming right at you. Don't believe anything you see on these videos. This is strictly for entertainment purposes only. New Zealand, Canada, okay. I see you guys. What's up, Diana? Baltimore in the building. Again, this is a live video to all future people watching this, where we just interact with the community. We got one of the best communities on YouTube. Joshua, what's good? It's good to see you guys, man. All right, guys. Without further ado, let's dive into tonight's video.
You won't let go of me. Oh, yeah. Bring out the olive.
Why'd he say it like that? Jessica M with the super chat for 10. Let's go. For your chicken. Hey, that's love. That's going straight to chicken. Hey, that is love. Thank you, Jessica. Oh. I'm trying not to laugh at this scene because it's not funny, but for that chicken, that's love. I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. Bring out the olive.
Hey, in her defense, that's a lot of olives. In her defense. Jessica, huge shout out for the $10 donation. That's extremely generous of you.
Sally, I don't have anything. Sally, I don't have anything.
Y'all don't sell bolt cutters? It'd be a lot easier.
She said, get the bolt cutters. Monique Hopkins with the $2 donation. Thank you. Dark Waters 9 member on her way to the black vest. Tank, I'm glad you love my stuff, brother. But yeah, this guy was going ham taro if you ain't see it.
Good job.
That scream, though. Why were you even doing this inside? We're going to get to the Tartarian, guys. We're just breaking the ice a little bit. Why are you doing this inside, though? Then you hear that scream right afterwards. Oh my goodness. Rumac in here, let's go. That scream afterwards, though.
God damn it, I'm sorry. You okay?
Oh, that's better. Why'd he say sorry, though? That's what I want to know. She fell. I'm confused. Maybe he asked her to do the wiring? I don't know. That was someone on the lower floor that yelled. That yell, they just saw a pogo stick popping up. They in the middle of watching Jetskichuck live. Next thing you know, pogo stick pop up. No, I'm just kidding with y'all. All right, y'all. Just a little something to break the ice. It's Friday night. Just trying to have a little fun with you. But yeah, it's time to dive into this Tartarian mystery.
It's also a little bit like the call that Neo is getting in the Matrix.
It is said that this bed is from
This is an old 500-year bed. I don't know how I would feel with these old Cabbage Patch looking babies above me. You know, you might roll over in the middle of the night, you know, and the lighting just right. You know what I'm saying? Those eyes begin to look at you. You know what I'm saying? I love the work. I love the detail that's put into this. You know, it makes me question, how did they do it? But do I want this Cabbage Patch above me? The answer is no.
It's also a little bit like the call that Neo is getting in the Matrix.
It is said that this bed is from 1500.
This bed is from the 1500s? 1500s. This is solid wood.
But they bought it, they bought the bed, they bought the statues and the sky.
Look at the piece in the center. Shout out my wife, Crystal, what up? So she can, hey, that's if she wants. Oh, wow, that bed is crazy. It is. Keep your head on a straight swivel. The creepy, that bed, it is, it's some, I don't know. Just think about the type of person that would have to sleep in this bed, though, to be like, yes, it's time for me to rest. I mean, I don't know, guys.
Apart.
It gives me almost like vampire vibes, almost, you know? Like, I imagine like a vampire sleeping in there, but, you know, vampires don't sleep according to legend.
And how do you carve color into the, like, I don't.
It's polymer. You know what polymer is?
No, I don't know what polymer is. Oh, a polymer.
Yeah. What is it?
A polymer.
From, I thing from the shell from fish, etc.
How old is this?
Rumax said, I can't sleep under that. How many people slept in that badge? I couldn't tell you.
1,000 years old about.
This is 1,000 years old?
Yeah.
They did this 1,000 years ago.
I lived in an old house. It had fireplaces in every room except the bathroom. The realtor told me that the fireplace cannot be used because it wasn't built properly. I thought it was.
That's suspicious. If you ever go into an old home and they tell you, oh yeah, the fireplace is broke, it doesn't work properly. Oh, I wonder why that is.
Strange. The Tartarian fireplaces did not burn. Fireplaces were as spectacular as the buildings they stood in. But unlike the way we use fireplaces today, the fireplaces themselves were not designed to burn anything. The chimneys were not used to draw smoke out of the fireplace, and out of the house's structure were not used primarily to provide any structural support. The reinforcement in the house was connected to the dome of the tower on the roof, which was quite possibly filled with various substances such as mercury, radium, or quartz crystal.
Take a look at these two knobs right here. We're going to be seeing this a lot throughout the video.
And metal bars sticking out from the top and sides of the building. Everything was then connected with the metal back sheeting found inside the original Tatar fireplaces and chimneys. Metal poles sticking out of the upper and sides of houses and other Tatar buildings acted as ethereal electric antennas that harnessed the power of the ether to.
I have some examples to literally show you that happening. Harnessing the ether. We have videos today. I slap a fresh mattress on there though. Hey, just once or twice, just to say I slept in it. He's a 1,000-year-old person. Leroy, I like your show. Thank you. They were using radium free energy heating for the heating and cooling. The Trim Reaper dropping gems in the chat. That does look like soot in the fireplace though. Hey, I'm not saying they trying to burn wood in it or not. It was just for entertainment purposes only.
Channel this free energy into the chimney. The air ventilation shafts, air ducts, found in the rooms of the house were connected to the chimney. Ionized air, along with rising and falling currents of hot and cold air, created a pressure electric vacuum inside the chimney. During the winter, chimneys acted as pressure electric vacuums, emitting captured heat inside the chimney out over the fireplace. During the summer, the process would be reversed and the fireplace and ventilation pipes would absorb heat into the fireplace and air ducts, connected to the inside of the chimney inside the house and through ionized air from the etheric electrically charged metal backboard. Inside the KO mine would push the heat up the chimney and out the house. Reinforcement, dome, roof towers and metal bars sticking out of the sides of the house acted as a spider, attracting ether and concentrating etheric energy throughout the house. Just like spiders can grow and survive without food and water if they touch their web, Tartarians were able to live without food and water provided they remained inside their etherically charged home.
Did you guys just hear that? They're now saying that Tartarians don't need to eat. These radium heaters, these heaters or whatever they were using, they had a system where they were getting all their nutrients somehow from the ether. That is interesting. What an interesting theory. Nicole, welcome. Buckled up, bucko. Here is your life vest. You will need it on these waters. But yeah, that is incredibly interesting. Because if you think about all these Tartarian structures, where's the bathrooms? Hey, I'm just saying.
The beautiful fireplaces of the old world were just as stunning as the buildings that they were built in. But these were not made to be used with wood. They were all connected with those ether antennas on all those old world buildings you've seen, connected to the rebar and the metal backing on these fireplaces. Those andirons were no decoration or holding in firewood, filled with material like radium, mercury, acting as resonators of sorts. Radium depicted in these pictures here, used to both heat and cool the houses of the old world. I mean, just looking at some of these fireplaces, you can
just take a second to soak this one in though. This one looks like it's like an organ. You know, those things, those giant, you know, musical instruments. This kind of resembles one as a fireplace, though. Huh. It's definitely venerating something. What it's trying to produce, I don't know, but there's definitely a missing component here that they're not telling us.
You can tell that wood was never made for them. They are pure marble white.
Look at the detail on this. Unbelievable.
And just beautiful. That fire would just completely blacken and cover in soot in an instant. What you do see in a lot of these old pictures is fire never actually being used in them. Just look at this one here. Where are you going to put the wood at? Some of them didn't even have flues or connections to them. I've heard people talk to me about this in previous videos from places like New York, where they would tell me their landlords told them not to ever use their fireplace as it was actually not ever connected or set up to a flue or anything like that. Why would they hide this kind of technology, you ask? Well, remember that when you're looking at your gas bill this winter. I know I will. Question everything, friends.
Hey, he's spitting. He said when you look at your gas bill, you know, you're really supposed to be getting this ether. Unbelievable. Musical tombs? How crazy would that be if the radium fireplace actually made some type of sound? Or what if that was like their modern speakers? They got like orchestra level sound coming from their fireplace. I don't know. It's possible they had internet back in the day. It's curious. Robin says, being electric and magnetic beings, we need to refuel our torus fields with food and water. Maybe being using the ether, we wouldn't need food or water. No water seems pretty crazy though. It does. It's like the ether would give us just the right amount of nutrients. It makes you look at fasting different, huh? Nicole, I truly believe the millennial reign has occurred, and we are in the short season. Tartarus, Tartarian, the meaning of the word of the prison for the fallen ones. She dropping gems in the chat. It's looking like that.
Until next.
Has anyone looked around Kazakhstan? Because I know Borat said it was like a poor country, but I asked ChatGPT like where Tartaria was, and it told me it's in Kazakhstan. And like the more I look around on Google Earth, I'm like what kind of things are actually going on here? And I mean, there's like a bunch of...
This looks like a straight sigil. I'm telling you right now. Tell me, look at this. The circles, the different circles within it. This looks like a sigil.
Like, I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. Like, everything seems really nice. And, like, I never knew they had such amazing structures. But then I did, like, more digging, and, like, every single town has amazing, like, oh my god, who made this?
All right, guys. These next couple clips are going to show actual etheric buildings conducting to this day. Like, the technology is still running. Boy, I love to go in these buildings and see what it looks like. See what it's plugged to. Do they still have a fireplace plugged in? I have so many questions. Not enough answers on these waters. Look at it burn. That one's burning pretty tough to be up there. I think in Mortal Kombat they had something like this.
Amazing.
You guys remember? You guys remember the temple on Mortal Kombat, the original OG Mortal Kombat, the movie? They had, this reminds me of the temple. Hold on, let me show you something. Drop some fire marshal bills in the chat. We gotta dive into this. I'm sorry. I gotta know. Who was that? KC JoJo? I wanna know. I gotta know. Mortal Kombat movie temple. What do you know? I wish I had Mortal Kombat downloaded. I'll play some after the end of this stream, but I don't. But speaking of Mortal Kombat, check this out. Look at this temple. I knew it looked familiar. We might need to dive into this temple. Yeah, we're going to come back to this. I need to write this down. Because I'm going to need to dive back into this temple. Y'all know we doing our thing over on Dark Waters 9. But I genuinely love diving into these temples, man. I might have to do a temple video on this Jetskichuck channel. Let me write the name down. It says where it's at. Where is it at? In Thailand. There you go. I might drop a video on this tomorrow, y'all. A Mortal Kombat temple. Etheric building. Tartarian. Who built it? All right, let me write this down real quick, y'all. Karabi and Ayutthaya in Thailand. Southern Thailand. I gotta go see that. I'm a huge fan of Mortal Kombat. Both are in southern Thailand. Must be going to Thailand for the wrong things. Y'all need to go see that temple. Yeah. All right, let's get back to it. There it is. This one isn't conducting as hard, but that flash. But this one has a pattern in the air. I found the actual footage of this, which we're about to play in this next clip, I think. But yeah, I found the actual clip to this, the OG clip. This Shaolin looking temple. I wonder where this is. Talk to me. What do y'all think? We got some more videos we're going to be diving in a little bit. This is the actual Mania. Welcome. This is the actual video of it. I'm going to be quiet so y'all can hear the actual sound of it. Then we're going to talk about it. If you listen carefully, it almost sounds like a power plant. You know, it's like, or a transformer. It's got that. Then you hear horns. I don't know if that's just the music or what, but yeah. Then we got this one. We got a close up on this tower conducting. Guys, this is proof. This is proof that these buildings really did what we're talking about, man. It's almost, you know, I don't want to say a fact, but because I haven't seen it with my own eyes, you know, we'll probably never see it as a fact because they don't want us to, you know about this, I feel like. How come they didn't teach this in any classroom? Not once did they mention the ether or these buildings, I feel like.
I just want to bring your attention to some information that's being provided about Tartarians and the great cathedrals that were allegedly Gothic and Renaissance period, horse and buggy, yada, yada. But they had these huge, massive fireplaces everywhere. And what we're learning now is they were operated by radium. I originally supposed that the rebar was somehow be able to heat it. I mean, we know how they cool these big, huge places, but they had these massive fireplaces that had these andirons here at the bottom we'll get into. You notice the fleur-de-lis. But how do they heat these massive rooms? And we're learning now it's through radium. I thought it was heating up the rebar, but no, this is using X-radium heaters. And they sold them. You can get the old Sears and Roebuck magazines and see they're selling radium foot warmers and radium this and radium that. And then these huge fireplaces, how do they heat these huge rooms? Again, there's no fireplace here. This is all sealed, and this is very common in the ancients. These are called andirons, and this is what they ran on in this area here. They would generate heat throughout the entire room. And you see these huge, big, elaborate fireplaces all over, and then they have these two andirons here at the bottom. And this is the Chateau de Fenelon. And you see example now. And it looks like this group has broken the code to understand how these operate and how these work in these massive fireplaces. So Gothic iron frame and ornate. No, these were operated on radium, and the radium would heat the whole house. Like nuclear radiation, notice the sign there, just like nuclear radiation as well. So heating these all up. And then some of the comments here. My brother used to sell heat rods that worked in a similar way, conducting heat from the ether inside the house. So they're literally just tapping outside the ether to get the radium, the secret of life.
I tried to tell you that those old fireplaces wasn't used for burning coal and wood, and you didn't believe me. But when I say I got your ass, oh, I've got your ass.
Real quick, if we look at this chain could be something, guys. It's not just to have this dangle a chandelier. This could be a magnetized chain conducting straight up to the ether pole somehow. Because I believe I've seen some ancient structures with this chain right here on the side of the building. And you would almost need this chain split into different ways, and that's how you would have room in the house, like a cable splitter. But except you got some type of conducting wire or chain to the Mercury rectifiers up top, or whatever's harnessing that ether at the very top. And I believe these chains were acted like cable splitters. If you know how cable works throughout a house, they have a main line, and we could say the tap is what they call it. And you connect the main cable line to the tap, and then that main line is connected to a splitter, and then that splitter splits it off all to, so the kids' room, the main room, the living room, each room could have cable internet. In this case, instead of cable internet, they got the ether. So I'm sitting here looking at this cable rod, whatever this chain is. I'm like, what purpose does this chain serve? And well, we could be looking at a Tartarian coaxial etheric cable. Let me say that one more time. We could be looking at a Tartarian etheric coaxial cable. Shout out to Nick with the $5 donation. The telepathy tapes. Best deep dive of all time happening right now. Huge piece of truth community paradigm shifting. God bless. Telepathy tapes, you say. All right. I'm going to write it down. You know? And I'm gonna dive in it. Trey Songz. The telepathy tapes, you say? We're not going to do it on this episode, but best believe there's going to be an episode coming soon. We're diving in, no Trey Songz. Thank you again, brother, for the $5 donation. That helps me out a lot. That was very generous of you. Nick, my boy Nick. It's not easy diving on these waters, man. And we do it every day over on Dark Waters 9, all one word. Everyday show. It's like the modern day Ripley's Believe It or Not. You know?
But when I say I got your ass, oh, I've got your ass. So, this is how the fireplace used to work. There would be a metal plate at the back of the firebox which would reflect infrared rays when the fireplace was heated up. There would also be 2 ether capacitors in the fireplace which provokes eddy currents in the metal frame which transmits them to the metal plate at the back. Eddy currents are current loops.
He just told you how it works. There's no guessing. He told you. They're transmitting. Interesting.
Formed over conductor surfaces due to changing magnetic flux. They are useful in induction heating, levitating, electromagnetic damping, and electromagnetic braking. So the fireplace and the roof are both connected by metal bondings through the chimney. The whole construction becomes one solid conductor, and then the energy that's gathered from the ether gets converted into heat. In other situations, they even used radium for heating. I guess that's the reason why we're still calling radiators even till this day. I mean, come on, brother. Do you really think they was burning wood and coal in these fireplaces?
It's tough to look at, man. I can see it because I love a good campfire. You know, I love a good, it's just something about the wood crackling in the fire. Hold on a sec. Somebody, Red Cap Goblin, $5 for flares. I don't get that. Flares? But thank you for the $5 donation. That was generous. But yeah, like I was saying, a good campfire, man. Who doesn't love a good campfire? And to have that in your house, I'm almost as cool as Tartarians. As cool as a Tartarian fireplace sounds, I would personally prefer a fire, like a, you know, one you could put logs in, a non-gas real fireplace where you can throw logs in. You know what I'm saying? That's just me though. I'm sure, you know, the technology was out cold back in the day, but there's just something about the wood burning, the crackling, watching the fire dance, watching the different colors. It's like a movie. There's so much going on. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but that's how I look at it. I have a deep passion for you know, campfires. It's a beautiful time, you know. That's just me though. But I see these radium heaters and I'm like, okay, they had technology infused with it. We need protein bars in the submersible. Just saying. What you mean? We got some. Not on this trip, but normally we have some snacks. You know, it's looking rough. It's looking rough in the submersible right now, Ryan. We ain't got no protein snacks. I just got my inhaler. That's it. You know, in a watered down Gatorade. But thank you, brother. Ryan Douglas with a $10 donation. That was extremely generous of you. Thank you, Ryan. Crispy, what up? Wood stoves work well. The fire can be outside. First time in the live, but watch you all the time. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is, this ain't the rapid fire like Dark Waters 9, like, some people expect, but this is more interacting with the community, man. I love y'all. Who else am I going to talk to about this, man? Try talking to somebody else about this. Try telling them about a Tartarian building. They're gonna like, what? They're gonna be like, where's my straight jacket? Try telling them about some radium fireplaces. They're gonna be like, what? You know what I'm saying? Y'all the only people I could talk to about this type of stuff. So let's dive even deeper. We got some photos, a whole bunch of crazy photos I wanted to dive through. So I'm not done with you. Come here.
That's what the savages did when they came along and found these empty buildings, because they didn't know how to use the technology. And the size of the fireplace definitely wasn't built by us. So yeah, I've said this many times before. The eyes are useless when the mind is blind.
Some of the most marvelous fixtures of these grand old world homes were the fireplaces. But the truth about these fireplaces are they were never made for wood. They were all part of harnessing that ether technology. The rebar in the home was connected to the top antennas, all leading back to these fireplaces, oftentimes with metal backing plates found on them. And as you look at all these grand old world fireplaces, you will see no signs of soot. But what you'll see in a lot of them are those metal plates in the back with those two domed orbs.
It makes sense. If you really think about these fireplaces, it makes sense. Because where else is this energy going that the building is collecting? Do you think it's going to go to a power bank in the back? You know what I'm saying? What's the thing we use? What do electricians hook up in the back? I can't think of it right now. Our electric panel in the back, on the back of a house. That is so barbaric. Putting like some type of energy storage on the side of your house, that's barbaric. These people thought hard about it. They was like, look, we're taking that energy and we're putting it in the living room to warm our house. We're going to use this energy to not only heat our homes. They had it for multi-use. It was a multi-use system that they had for everything. I'm starting to see, it just didn't look good. It was multifunctional. Where else is the technology for the ether gonna go? That's my question. Where are you gonna where's the fuel cells that you're storing all this ether at? They had these boys bouncing around these rods right here. It makes sense. And it's well made. How nice. What a good job they did, because it worked in harmony.
Connecting to those ether towers on the roof. Like I said, the purpose of these fireplaces were never made to burn wood or burn anything. Some didn't even have flues attached to them. Just look at ones like that, white marble. Imagine how dirty that would get.
Exactly. Why would you put white marble in the back of a fireplace? It don't make sense. Just so you can get that ashed up. The crazy part about these videos is an explanation. When it comes to this, let me rephrase that. When it comes to this Tartarian fireplace, when they're explaining it and they're explaining the Tartarian, like how the ether worked from conducting at the top, it makes sense. You know, it's not like we're just guessing. Oh yeah, were conducting ether and it stops there. No, they show you how they distribute the ether throughout their entire home through these magnetic rods. That's crazy, y'all.
How ruined that magnificent centerpiece of the house would be. Burning logs in them.
Isn't that what Tesla was yelling about? Bouncing stuff between rods, magnetic electricity. Everybody was Tesla. I feel like every single Tartarian back in the day they knew what Tesla knew, like just from their basic public elementary class, their public schooling. They probably all knew what Tesla knew just from their public schooling. That's why they bouncing around these rods, y'all. Sun Wi-Fi, talk to me, y'all.
These fireplaces and the ether towers pair well with those red bricks from my previous video, though. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
They were so fancy. I'm not a fancy, bougie individual by any means, but I can understand and appreciate how they carry themselves. You know, they said, look, we're going to have a fireplace. Why not build the absolute best fireplace we possibly can? If I'm going to be looking at a fireplace, I want intricate designs all around it. You know, if all we looking at is the radium. Well, they're not looking at the fireplace. Let me rephrase that. They're probably looking at 2 radium balls. Is there some type of shock or electricity bouncing between them? I don't know. It's a strong possibility because it doesn't look like you walk through it like a Stargate. It doesn't look opening. It looks like it's trying to keep you away from it. So by me thinking by them having this stool right here, they're not trying to get people to walk in it like it's some Stargate, which how crazy would that be? If all these fireplaces was portals on some Harry Potter type stuff, that would be crazy. But nobody's saying that, so I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that would be crazy. But what I'm trying to figure out, was there some type of electricity that may have bounced between those silver balls like this right here? Because you see how we watch fire. Could they be watching the ether? That would be beautiful. Where are we at? 1711? Hold on, let me go back. Because I'm about to, let me show you something. Fire Marshal Bill in the chat, please. Guys, I need Fire Marshal Bill in the chat right now. I gotta show you something. Fire Marshal in the chat right now. I have to show you something. All right. Fire Marshal in the chat. What if those silver balls, what if it looked like this? What if they had some type of etheric flame? Think about that. That's a good one. All these Tartarian buildings. Let me pull one up. Hold on, don't go nowhere. Come here. I'm not done with you. Come here. Damn, that's horrible quality. See if I can get one. All right, this is a little bit better quality. And this looks like a real photo, y'all. But look, I think we may have put something together, y'all. What if all these fireplaces had those blue flames inside? What if those radium balls or whatever, what if those silver balls was able to, have some type of blue dance inside of it? you know, kind of like a Mercury rectifier. Hold on. Come here. I'm not done with you. Come here. I'm not done with you. Now, what if it looks something like this though? Like, you see how this blue's popping off? What if inside those fireplaces it had like some type of, you know, from the ether, you know, because they got Mercury spinning. It makes sense, guys. Think about it. Every single it's called a Mercury arc rectifier. That means it has Mercury in it. Just like these Tartarian buildings, these boys don't got green, they're blue. What else was blue? This. This is blue. 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 Mercury arc rectifier. Keyword, Mercury. That's how they used to conduct back in the day. So with this new theory that we came up together, if you look inside this fireplace right here, it's a strong possibility they weren't just looking at no regular ball. What if these people were smart enough to put the ether inside their home for them to look at? It doesn't seem far-fetched. I'm sorry. It makes sense. But would the ether burn the marble? That's a crazy question to ask. How bougie do you have to be like, is this ether gonna burn this white marble I just got put in? Man, I can't, man. I can't do this no more, man. I can't. Oh. I'm putting this in the chat. Is the ether going to burn the white marble in the back? Answer the question. I'm curious. Is it going to have soot? Does ether have soot? Robert hit the nail on the head. The output of an arc rectifier is DC electricity. It works very well for heating applications. That's what I want to know. That's a bougie question though, y'all. Is the ether gonna burn this white marble I just had put in? Them Tartarians was bougie. I'm sorry.
Pair well with those red bricks from my previous video.
I need to go up in those towers and get one of those buildings that's burning the ether. I'm like, look, I need to hold this marble slab up because I need to know, is this gonna burn? Does the ether burn marble slab? How crazy would it be if it didn't know?
video though. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
But guys, that's a good theory. Am I tripping or am I what? Could they have ether bouncing around in their fireplaces? Is that what the silver balls are for? You know, is that what this is for? We see these two giant lines. Is it possible that there was some type of etheric dance, flame dance in these fireplaces? And we just got primitive and like, man, look, you want to see some ether in that box right there? Go grab some wood and light it on, you know? Oh my goodness. Start a campfire. He said, go grab that wood and start a campfire in the middle of it. I know the Tartarians that originally owned the building, that they did put soot on that marble, they would be pretty mad. They're like, man, do you know how many airships I had to get to drop that marble down into that Tartarian building, and you just threw 4 logs in there and lit it on fire? I'd be heated.
They're hiding the true answer to this question from us. How is it that people who used horses and buggies constructed gigantic, intricate buildings like these? They allegedly only used hammers, manual saws, and basic tools. Does that make any sense to you? Look at these grand structures and ask yourself, how could they achieve all this with such primitive methods? It makes you wonder if our historical timeline is accurate or completely fabricated to hide something. It gets even scarier. What if the dates on these buildings are wrong? Imagine if that number 1 wasn't a 1 at all. Our history could be off by 1,000 years.
Who was just talking about this? Nicole? Nicole, you was just talking about this. This is Aiden, what you're saying.
This brings us to who could have built these intricate structures. Have you ever heard of Tartaria? Tartaria is a colossal empire that conveniently gets left out of mainstream history. But you can never truly erase history, as many references can be found in old maps and documents. Tartaria was a highly advanced civilization with technology and knowledge far beyond what we can imagine. They have even been credited to have built the Great Wall of China and many of these intricate buildings pictured earlier. Could Tartaria be the missing link that explains these architectural marvels and historical anomalies?
Yes, they do. Amber and Ted, welcome. No, buckled up, buckle. The Millennium Ring, yes. Here's your guys' life vest. Here, I'm going to give you 2 because it's Amber and Ted. So there's one each. One for Amber and one for Ted. On these waters, you're going to need it. For your new bougie marble Tartarian fireplace, with the ether does not burn the back. So don't expect any soot to be on the back of your marble fireplace, because we just learned that those 2 silver balls, or those silver contraptions protruding from all Tartarian fireplaces, have possibly the same effect what we see on some rare instances of Tartarian structures still producing the etheric discharge from the top of their buildings. Maybe they don't have their fireplaces hooked up. Maybe the flame on the top of those Tartarian buildings diminishes a little bit when you activate your fireplace in the living room. How cold would that be? You pull up to your house on your airship, you see that your flame on the top of your house is the flame is just on just a little bit. So you can be like, oh yeah, the family's home because it's not fully busting open at the top. You know? So I don't know. You tell me. But I after this video, I'm convinced. After this video, guys, I'm convinced. All Tartarian fireplaces, they had ether inside the fireplaces you can visibly see. And it did not burn the marble. They was bougie, super fancy. We see the buildings, you know, who goes that hard? They said, no, that ether's too far. I want that ether to be in my living room, warming my family up. So thus we have it. These fireplaces.
Now, I know y'all remember these fireplaces. They were all over the castle.
Guys, these are for entertainment purposes only. This entire video.
I was in. Actually, these are ether radiators. That right there is made out of metal. This whole structure is made out of metal. And these two things right here are what react with the metal in the back, almost like frequency modulators, to ionize that metal plate in the back, which ionizes and heats the air so that it can warm the house. That's why when I was in the castle, if you notice, there was one of these in every single room.
Damn. He said he was in a castle and in every single room they had one of these heaters. It makes sense, guys. And I'm telling you right now, I can envision myself when these were first built. I can't see how it was built, but I can see the technology fully working. And when they walked into this room, they had etheric flames bouncing off these metal contraptions. I'm convinced. If I go to a castle and look at it, I'm going to put some type of electric discharge test on it to see. Electric discharge residue. You know, some type of test. I don't know. They lying to us. I just want the truth. Shout out to DT. Ah, damn. I didn't get the notification. How much did I miss? We got a little bit left. We got some interesting pictures I want to go over after this brother shows this and breaks this down. But we found out, if you're just joining us, hit that like and subscribe button, please. We just found out that all these old Tartarian fireplaces had ether bouncing around. We can envision it and see it. Because here's another beautiful point to make. How hot are these things getting? Because if we look at this contraption right here, or whatever's inside these fireplaces, how hot do those things get individually? You know, so there had to be a third source, like a flame or something popping off, protruding the heat to actually warm up these buildings. Like there had to be a heat source emitting from this, is what I'm getting. I don't think these were they just like glowed red and that's how it heated the house. I think them boys was producing ether. Like physical ether you could see. And they was laughing.
It's not a fireplace. It was never designed to be a fireplace. It's a free energy device. Look here again. You got the two metal capacitors that react with the ether nodes on top of the roof. And every single one of these has a metal plate in the back. And as you can see here, there is no soot because there is no fire burned in here.
So we can say ether doesn't burn. If we take what that information was given, ether doesn't burn. And for all we know, they could be bouncing around from each pole to pole, like a Tesla coil or a plasma coil. Jet, you ever notice how much elegant folks looked in photos from way back then, healthy and had glow? Not really. I'm going to be honest. Not really. I believe that they was really healthy, but I just ain't never seen a clear image. Well, I guess I could say so. I could say, yeah. But we already know that it's because of, you know, what they putting in the red 40, yellow 82. Now we need AI and filters. We don't need it. Some people just need good sunlight and a bath.
The founders, the brilliant ones who stumbled upon this beautiful Tartarian architecture and this Tartarian technology, and were so primitive in their mind, like cavemen. They threw fire, put wood in there and set it on fire. Look at them, sitting there breathing in chemicals. I have no idea how to work it.
That's another point. You know, they're sitting there breathing in the fire and chemicals. It's like they found this and they just said, oh, this looks like this gotta be a fireplace, I guess, you know? I don't know. But when you say pictures of old people, like, it's like I get photos like this, like I don't get like a clear image ever, or I haven't never seen like a clear image of like a older person.
That's what happens when history is taken over and your technology is taken over by individuals who have absolutely no idea what the fuck they're doing. And then they have the nerve to educate you. And now you end up doing the stupid shit they're doing. And I'm making these videos so that y'all can stop. There's no such thing as a fireplace. We don't use fireplaces. They're ether radiators. We do not burn fires indoors. Okay? Thanks.
It's still okay, you know. I'm not, if you got the house and the chimney, by all means, you know. But this is the original. This is like the best purpose. If you had to make the best use out of your home, and you had the technology and tools, you would want to put the ether conducting structure instead of take the solar panel off and put the ether conducting system and put the radiant fireplace. I guess is the best one. Better than the wooden fire, but it's your choice. All right, guys, I just missed it. I didn't see these photos yet. But do you guys see how this purple's popping off? I envisioned something like this coming off inside those heaters, those fireplaces. That's just what I'm thinking, guys. That's where I'm at. If I'm not mistaken, that looks like a spark plug. Now, I'm no mechanic, but I believe spark plugs go in your engine, you know, so this is like one, like a Hemi has like 24 of these to make like the engine work. I don't know, but it's something like that. I'm somewhere in the ballpark. This is just showing the similarities. Professor Chaos with a $5 donation. What's up, chap? Hey, what's going on, man? Thank you for the $5, Professor Chaos. That was extremely generous of you. You cannot look at this. I'm sorry. But you cannot look at this and tell me that this wasn't doing something at the top. My mouse doesn't want to show up now, but at the very top where you see those pointy cones at the top, I can see electric shooting all through that. This is creepy. This is some type of relic, though. This is definitely some type of relic. What's inside there? I don't even think I want to know. It looks like snake skin if I had to guess. This is Tartarian in a mug. I don't know if this is like a candle stand, a candle wick. You put the candle at the very top, but it gives off Tartarian structure vibes once again. What is it? Drop in the comments below. This looks like a mirror, the last one. This looks like another candle wick, I want to say. If you guys know what this is, please drop in the comments below. It's conducting whatever it is. Is this a mercury reservoir? Because if we look at this tube, the tube is silver. Like it still has mercury residue from previous extractions. What is this? Red mercury? We know 100% that this is red mercury. If he were to put this in front of a mirror, aka Mercury Vampire's Blood, which I just did a huge episode on Dark Waters 9. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. We did a huge episode on this, and we learned not theoretically, this is just a theory that they call this vampire's blood as well. And some people claim that when you put a mirror up, you can't see it. And this is also repelled by garlic. Why? I don't know. But that's what they're saying. And it looked like it used to be in like an old TV or something. Ashley Holt with super chat at the $4.99. Thank you. That is extremely generous of you. Miss B with the $4.99. Thank you. That is very generous of you guys. I appreciate that a lot. As we try to figure out these Tartarian blades. This Tartarian blade. Look at it. Did it harness the ether? We have look before you. We have I can't even get it off. Look before you. We have a Tartarian blade. Did this conduct the ether as well? Is what you have to ask yourself. Another Tartarian blade. What is this in the handle? Why is the handle clear? They was definitely shooting ether out of these. It's funny, but it's the truth. For entertainment purposes only. Here it is. They did it for me. They already knew I was coming for them. I might tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you a lie. DT with the $5. Google Alfredo Bowman with the C treatment. No man should be sick. Tesla, no man should pay for energy. Running cars with H2O. Somebody sent me a photo of that guy running the water off the H2O. Now that you said something, I don't think I'm gonna find it, but I'm gonna try for you. Where would it be? Give me a sec. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. And I have that water machine you speak of. Not only did I have it, I drove it. And you guys might be looking to yourself saying you drove it. Yes, I got proof. Just bear with me. I gotta find it. All right, it should be over here. DT. Because he's saying no man should be paying for energy. We all should be riding H2O powered vehicles. I'm with you. Check this out. You got me going to the archives for this. I might not even have it. My fault, y'all. Just bear with me. I'm trying to get it. My fault, guys. I don't got it. I thought I had it. Dang, that would have been a nice to show y'all. I'll work on finding it for my next stream. I know it's hidden in my email somewhere, but that's my email list is something serious. But I got you, DT. My apologies, y'all. I tried to look for it. But I know what you're talking about with that H2 power car. Normally I don't drop the ball like that. Normally I find it. But that time I couldn't find it, gang. All right, let's get us back to this video. All right. Ether conducting vehicles. Now we have a chair. I told you guys I have a lot of interesting stuff to show you. Let's go back, look at this chair. They had the full bodysuit. The chair. Y'all tell me. Y'all say someone earlier said that we're light beings, or electric conducting beings. They're taking it to another level here. You want to talk about them getting nutrients through their fireplace? My man is getting it sitting down at the dinner table. He's getting etherically conducted. Do y'all see this? He said, I'm not brave enough to hook it to my V8. You got some skills if you could do that. Yeah, guys, I was trying to find that. All our myths and fairy tales are true history. I'm telling you, man, every single movie I watch now, I'm just watching it like, man, what are they trying to tell me? What type of, are they throwing something at me that's obvious I need to be seeing? Like every movie I watch now. When you take the red pill, there's no going back. Wow, that's festive. Now, if we look at computer chips in cities, same thing is what it's showing us. Who invented the computer? I wouldn't be surprised if the fallen angels gave us computer technology. Where do we get our cell phones and TV? And, you know, it makes you really think. What is this? That is very strange. Power stations. We seen one of these earlier, and it made a transformer like noise, like some type of voltage, like a voltage hum was protruding from the building we were witnessed earlier, guys. Atmospheric energy in the ionosphere. Ether, ether. We are catching on. They trying to do a reset as we speak. We see what's going on in Cali. We learning too much, too fast. They said, hold on. They're not supposed to know about those fireplaces. They really ain't trying to hear about the outer lands. That's that building we seen earlier. Ether, potato. I like saying ether because of Super Smash Brothers. Ike, when you hit that up B, he yells, ether! So I've been saying ether ever since. When you say I-aether or I-aether, I feel like you're trying to educate me on something. Like, my bad, bro. Lay it on me then. But when you say ether, you know, it's straight to the point. That's in Kazakhstan. We've seen that. These crazy watchtowers everywhere. Those mercury balls filled with mercury. Where did all the mercury go is the question. Is that all I got for y'all today? Yeah. Where did all the mercury go is the question. I know people all around in the UK, they go run into underground buildings and abandoned buildings, and they find mercury rectifiers still working. Underground train systems still hooked up to mercury rectifiers all over the UK, you know. You guys got all the mercury over there, low key. I read somewhere that mercury comes from bats or something. My only question is, how did the ignorant defeat the learned? Was there T-share numbers? How did they get so dumb when they were so locked in? Well, from what I found out, people theorize that there was a betrayal that happened Like they trusted the people that had all the technology. You know, if it wasn't a giant flood that initially wiped everyone out, there was probably if the flood didn't get them, it was a betrayal. You know? But it seems odd. You know, like all these buildings, it was like they vanished. You know? It's not like a fight took place, you know, you go into one of those old cathedrals and you see, you know, with his plasma rifle on him and, you know, the other guy with his armor on him, you know, his futuristic science fiction armor. You know, it wasn't like a battle took place. It was like a reset, like they just poofed, you know, vanished. And then we look underground and we see all these crazy catacombs, you know, with all these skulls, and we thinking like, man, how many people is under here? Well, how did all these people get here? You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't tell you. It's like they vanished or they got up and dipped and went out to the outer lands beyond our reach. You know, they could have said, look, y'all can have all this stuff. We found something else somewhere else. You know, it's a mystery. We're picking up breadcrumbs. We're chasing breadcrumbs, DT. That's all we can do. But when y'all say resets, but when you guys say resets, what do you guys mean? Do y'all know what reset actually happened though? I don't. I know one took place, but it's like, man, where did they all go? Is the flood technically a reset? I don't know. These are just disturbing. These are just disturbing videos and theories that'll keep you up all night, all right? Is the flood a reset? I don't know. These are theories. I'm trying to piece together the puzzles, you know? We be getting lied to so much. All we can do is just follow the breadcrumb trail. You know, use your discernment. What if they never left? I highly doubt that. They dipped. All this 5G radiation. Have you looked? I mean, the world's beautiful still, but it's, you know, they dipped. they're gone. There's no way they're still here unless they went underground. The only way they're still here is if they went underground, but I doubt that. They would want to see the sun. You know, would you want to be underground your entire life? Nah, you want to see that sun. You know, that sun feels good, like a warm bath, that radiance. You know? I don't think they still here. They probably in the Ancestral Republic or somewhere else. I don't know. Floating city? Can you make a floating city? Can you, if you think all the ether is in the atmosphere or in the ionosphere, is it possible to just stay up there? Do they have massive airships the size of cruise ships? This is what you need to think. If they had the technology to make these type of buildings and they had airships back in the day, what's stopping them from making several airships the size of cruise ships and just take off in one direction for 2 years? You know how on all these science fiction movies we watch, they go in cryo sleep for 5 years, 6 years? What if they just up in the airship running off free energy in the ionosphere in one direction? You know what I'm saying? It just keeps going and going and going, you know, until you run into a cherubim, but that's for another video. That's for another video. They on those airships and they going and going. Airships the size of a cruise ship. You got a whole apartment complex on an airship collecting ether. The sun's right there. You can garden on the airship. You know, everything you need could literally be on the airship. You wouldn't have to come down, really. Portals. You got to think about portals too. That's something else. Stargates, portals. You know, they said in one of the old books we read, they needed those pyramids activated to do the resets. That maybe they can't do resets no more because all the pyramids are destroyed. You know, it's something to think about. So they trying to do other things. It's just something to think about, y'all. This is just creepy. These are just disturbing videos and theories that will keep you up all night. But I don't think they're here, especially with them having the capabilities to make airships. There's no way, bucko. They are Disney cruising in the ionosphere, the 10,000 miles, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 miles away. That's my thoughts, y'all. But hey, if you guys haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button for your boy. If you don't want to, it's all right. I get it, man. I get it. You ain't got to. But if you rock with me, I appreciate you guys. And check me out on Dark Waters 9. I post every single day. No excuses. Every single day. Be sure to check me out on Dark Waters 9. We're trying to get things rolling over there, so I appreciate all the support. And I just want to say thank you for all you guys coming, checking me out on this live. We were going to dive deep on these Tartarian fireplaces, and we did. I got a revelation off of it. You know, I could picture the ether bouncing around inside those fireplaces like the aurora lights. You know, imagine having your own personal aurora lights, but blue inside like your fireplace. You know, that would be cool to look at. You know, it would be cool. It's an interesting theory. I tell you that. You know, I love this type of stuff, man. I love diving on these waters with you guys. We don't do it enough. We're going to have to do it more. But yeah, drop in the comments what you guys want to see our next video on, a next deep dive. You guys gave me a lot of good suggestions. Thank you everyone for the super chat and donations. The code word is fireplace. Drop fireplace in the comments, not on the live chat. Drop it in the comments after I end this. And this was the most disturbing videos and theories that will keep you up all night with your boy Jetskichuck. Shout out Diane, Rumac, Dorcha, the Trim Reaper, DT in the building, Donna, Ryan, Douglas, Tassie, Eric, all you guys. I appreciate all you guys so much. Ryan, Douglas, Nicole, welcome, new member. Ryan, I appreciate your donations, guys. Love you. Have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow.